Welcome to Still and Quiet. Tonight's episode is a calm reading from a public domain work. The text is shared slowly and without urgency, meant to support rest and sleep. You're welcome to listen closely or allow the words to fade into the background as the night continues on its own. This reading is from Walden by Henry David Thoreau. The text is in the public domain. When you're ready, we'll begin. I did not read books the first summer. I hoed beans. Nay, I often did better than this. There were times when I could not afford to sacrifice the bloom of the present moment to any work, whether of the head or hands. I love a broad margin to my life. Sometimes, in a summer morning, having taken my accustomed bath, I sat in my sunny doorway from sunrise till noon. Wrapped in reverie amidst the pines and hickories and sumacs. In undisturbed solitude and stillness. While the birds sang around or flitted noiseless through the house. Until by the sun falling in at my west window, or the noise of some traveler's wagon on the distant highway. I was reminded of the lapse of time. I grew in those seasons like corn in the night. And they were far better than any work of the hands would have been. They were not time subtracted from my life, but so much over and above my usual allowance. I realized what the Orientals mean by contemplation and the forsaking of works. For the most part, I minded not how the hours went. The day advanced, as if to light some work of mine. It was morning, and lo, now it is evening. And nothing memorable is accomplished. Instead of singing like the birds, I silently smiled at my incessant good fortune. As the sparrow had its trill sitting on the hickory before my door. So I had my chuckle, or suppressed warble, which he might hear out of my nest. My days were not days of the week, bearing the stamp of any heathen deity. Nor were they minced into hours and fretted by the ticking of a clock. For I lived like the Puri Indians, of whom it is said that for yesterday, today, and tomorrow they have only one word. And they express the variety of meaning by pointing backward for yesterday, forward for tomorrow, and overhead for the passing day. This was sheer idleness, to my fellow townsmen, no doubt. But if the birds and flowers had tried me by their standard, I should not have been found wanting. A man must find his occasions in himself, it is true. The natural day is very calm. And will hardly reprove his indolence. I had this advantage, at least in my mode of life, over those who were obliged to look abroad for amusement. To society and the theater, that my life itself was become my amusement. And never ceased to be novel. It was a drama of many scenes, and without an end. If we were always indeed getting our living, and regulating our lives according to the last and best mode we had learned, we should never be troubled with ennui. Follow your genius closely enough, and it will not fail to show you a fresh prospect every hour. Housework was a pleasant pastime. When my floor was dirty, and we'll pause here. Allow the words to settle or drift away entirely. Nothing more is required tonight.